Okay, I'm going to show you a fish finder rig. Also, in some areas they call them Carolina rigs, but all it really is a sliding sinker setup. Um, this this is a lightweight one I've got set up for really kind of pan fishing. Although I did use this for hybrid striped bass just the other day. What it amounts to is this sliding sinker. This sinker slides up and down the line. That slides on first, and then you put a barrel swivel on here, tie it with a standard improved clinch knot's what I do. Another improved clinch knot there. You have a leader and a hook that's appropriate for the kind of fishing you're going to be doing, and you tie that on with an improved clinch knot. The beauty of this rig is as it's being fished, it will set up like so, where the hook is up here, the sinker's on the bottom, you're pulling it along the bottom, and if as a fish takes it, he takes the bait that's on, or you can fish a jig, any other number. You can use some types of lures, even floating crankbaits can be used. But as the fish takes the bait and moves away with it, the sinker is on the bottom and the line slides through. Another positive about this rig is that the leader from the barrel swivel to the hook can be any length, and the longer the length of that leader, say you're fishing this in weeds, or in rocks or something, gravel, and it's rather deep, say the weeds are 6 or 8 inches deep, you can make this leader length a couple of feet long, so that the bait hovers way above the weed bed. Also, if you're fishing at weeds, I've got a standard bullet weight here that can be used instead of this barrel type sinker. And there's all kinds of other innovations that can be done. This sinker can be made with brass. You can put glass beads on either side of this to give it some sound. The hooks can vary. This same kind of a setup is used often in saltwater for flounder and deeper water, even for grouper and other species of marine fish. If the leader is of a lighter test than the actual fishing line, one positive there is if the hook or the bait gets hung up somewhere and you're trying to pull it free, usually this leader is going to break rather than the main line. If the main line were to be, let's say it's 20-pound test for a bass setup, and the leader would be 15-pound test, it's more likely that this leader would break before the fishing line would. So then to re-rig, all you have to do is just put another leader on, tie a hook on, away you go. You go, and some of the walleye guys will substitute a floating jig instead of just a standard hook. To add a little color, it's just like a regular jig, but it floats. You could do that with a bucktail fly, for example, and then suspend your bait up off the bottom. Sometimes they'll even incorporate a small cork, a little piece of cork on this part of the leader to get it off bottom. In salt water, sometimes they'll put a spinner blade. They'll put a clevis with a spinner blade on it to add a little flash, and that would go. But there would be a bead set up here with the clevis and a spinner blade that adds a little bit of motion, flash, and also some vibration to the rig. This is a real innovative rig, and you can rig it up a whole lot of different ways, and it's something everybody should be able to know how to put together quickly for a lot of different kinds of freshwater and saltwater fishing.